enjoying life and going with the flow.
All right. You got it?
I can't see you, but I know what you look like.
What do you mean you can't see me? That doesn't
I
make
still
any
it's
sense.
just a black screen.
All right. Well, that's really weird because, like, I can see your screen and mine. Well, I can see
Yeah,
you, I mean, not your screen, but I
I
can
don't
see
know why
you.
it's doing that,
Huh. Fuck.
but I do know what you look like.
Okay. All right. Good. Good.
Uh,
And hopefully the fans will be able to see as well.
yes, yes.
All
Well,
right.
from what I did see, I want to say I like your beard, what you got going on there. It's very
Oh,
Khabib-like.
okay. Thanks. 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 That's what I'm going for.
Hell yeah.
No, it's not at all. It's really just like laziness, I guess. And
Laziness.
what?
Laziness. That's not like the Coach
Well,
Bergen way.
yeah, it's not the Coach Bergen way, but it's like it's not as big of a priority, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, you
I
know,
know how it is, man.
yeah. So, all right, let's get into the podcast, episode 27 with VIP Ali,
Yes,
and
sir.
you are one of the top 170-pound fighters in not just Massachusetts, but all of New England.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
let's get into. I think that was your last fight, right, with Jan Oliveira? Was
Two
that your
fights
last
ago.
one? 2 fights
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So what happened there with that eye poke? Why did you poke him in the eye?
Well, before we get into that, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate the time because I haven't been able to talk about the eye poke or my career, anything, since then. So I appreciate you having me on the show. And I want to say to all my fans, friends, that I am still active and I still am climbing the ladder despite me not being active. You know, I've been trying to get up there, trying to fight, but I just haven't been getting luck with my record being so high and all this and that. But anyways, yeah, the eye poke. That's really where my mishap started with my career, and it really, put a damper in my career. And if you don't know about it, it's fighting a dude for the title, okay, on UFC Fight Pass, and I was just fighting him, and I was on the ground, second round, and I knew I was going to beat him right then and there. I was like, okay, I have 4 minutes to work with. I'm on top. Let's go. Let's ground and pound him and win this belt. But then all of a sudden, I poke him, and the rest is history from there.
Mm.
I could elaborate, but
Let's cut to a clip.
That was slick to get that reversal. It looked like Jan was about to take his back, and Zebian did a great job spinning around, getting back top position.
Ali Zebian finished round number 1 in this position. Here we are in this position in round number 2. Donald talking to Jan Oliveira. 5 minutes on the injury clock.
When he pushed off. It wasn't intentional, I think, when he pushed off and framed off his face.
Yeah, you got a clip. Let's post that up there.
Yeah. No, it's not going to be in the live. It's just
Oh,
me saying let's cut to a clip, so that way when I put it in later, it gives it a good segue.
oh yeah, perfect. But yeah, basically, what ended up happening is I'm on top, and if you can see in the clip, you could literally see him try to put my finger in his eye. You could literally see him do that, and
It looked like he was complaining about his eye before you ever touched it and before he moved your hand to his face.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, here's the thing. I'm just gonna put it all out there. The guy paid for everything. He paid to have his logo in the middle of the mat. He basically paid off the commission, everything. And, the promoter was on his side. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He paid for everything to basically win. I think the guy's trying to even pay to get into the UFC. You can't do that, but I think he's trying. And the guy, he put out some videos on me, slandering me, whatever. I don't give a crap. Trying to say that I juiced and all this crap. I'm not going to give him credit because he doesn't deserve any credit. I don't want to, put fans to him. But basically, yeah, he set it all up. And, to be real with you, I think it started the fight before that because I was a huge underdog going into the fight versus what's this guy's name? Oh, Nate Andrews. This guy right here, Nate
Mhm.
Andrews. And everybody said I was going to lose that fight. Even my like training partners, like local guys who I train with, were like, "Dude, you got to watch out for that guy. Like he's really good on the submissions." And I was a huge underdog, and I beat the guy. I not only beat the guy, I broke his arm. So hope he's doing
Oh
okay
yeah, I
now.
remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I broke his arm with a kick. And I think it started over there, honestly. It sounds conspiracy theory like, but I think a bunch of momos got into a room and were like, "Yo, let's bet against Ali that he's gonna lose this fight." And I think they lost their money and they're like, "Yo, let's make our money back with this Jan fight and set him up." And I'm an independent fighter. They don't want to see guys like me go to the top, and that's they just want to just wash me away. So that's what they tried to do, and I'm still fighting, trying.
Mm. All right. So it's very, very plausible for sure. And I mean, they're dumb to bet against you because that's just, throwing out money.
Yep.
But what I do remember about after that fight is seeing a clip of that guy talking in an interview or a podcast or some shit, talking about your coaches, one of which was me. Okay.
Yep. Yep. At one
And
time,
he
yeah.
was
At one
talking
point.
about saying that the coaches were disrespectful to his wife or some shit. Like, we never even saw his wife. I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck she looks like. We don't
I'll
even
tell you what
care.
happened.
We have
I'll tell you
no
what happened.
desire to talk
Now
shit to anybody.
were you in my corner for that fight? I don't believe you
I
were.
didn't
Were you?
corner you, but I was there to watch.
You were there. Okay, you were there. Okay.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening, right? I'm in the
Yeah.
fight, and I poke him, and I'm like, hey, this guy's gonna get ready to. I'm thinking like, hey, this guy's gonna get ready to fight again. I'm getting ready. I'm getting amped up. I'm yelling. I'm doing my thing, and then my coaches were over there in the corner yelling, saying like, this guy ain't shit. Like, why is he sitting on the ground getting eye poke? Like he's a baby. Basically, they're doing that. And then the fans of Jan were fighting with my coaches. So I guess there was a little beef, going on. But I'll tell you, once they told me that this was a disqualification and that I'm going to get a loss on my record, I was pissed. Okay. I was furious. I literally grabbed my gloves off, threw them in the freaking mat, and I just lost it. I went in the back room. I started throwing water all over the place. And that's not like me. If you know me, I don't do that. I never lose my cool. But this had it. This just had it for me, because you know how it is, Bergen. You train for these fights. You put all your soul into it, and especially when you're coming up, man. Because when you're coming up, we don't get paid like these UFC guys. We're getting paid, what we're getting paid at the regional level. So it's very hard, to put in the time and the effort, and then to get out there and you lose the fight to an eye poke. And now I have a disqualification on my record. I went and got a lawyer and I sued the athletic commission, and somehow I lost. And my lawyer even said that the athletic commission most likely didn't even view the video. They most likely didn't even view the video, because if you view that video, you'll know right away that's BS. You know what I mean?
Right. And let's cut to a clip again, just so we
Yep.
can see. And, you can see clearly right here that he's moving your hand to his face, and then he starts complaining and
Yeah.
saying he got eye poked.
Yeah.
And what I noticed after that is there was a couple seconds where you're like shaking your head like, I can't believe this guy's fucking complaining eye poke.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. In that time, I wish you would have just kept fucking hitting him, even though he was complaining, because then he wouldn't have been able to complain if he's getting punched in the fucking face.
Yes.
You
I will.
deserve to get hit a few more fucking times. Like, let's be real here.
Yes.
Especially because after the fight, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. No, I'll give that to you, because I was the nice guy. I was punching him on top,
Mhm.
and I'm like, okay, I got 4 minutes to work here. I'm gonna get this guy. Like, give it some time. And then all of a sudden he's complaining, and I was like, in my mind, the first thing I thought was like, okay, this guy's giving up. He's telling the ref he doesn't want anymore. That's the first thing I heard, like in my mind, was like,
Mhm.
okay, this guy's giving up. So I pulled back. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, is he giving up? Or so I pulled back. I shouldn't have pulled back, and I should have just wailed away. But me being a nice guy was like, okay, let him, talk to the ref or whatever. And he's complaining about an eye poke, and I'm just like, bro, what do you want here? What are we talking about here? So, you know, uh, it is what it is, and crazy story afterwards, just me trying to get back up the ladder. And I tried to fight one of the best guys in New England, ended up getting staph infection on my leg and this and that and that and this. And it's been a roller coaster, but here I am, and I'm still trying to climb the ladder. The eye poke, it's unfortunate. Tried to sue him, but, it's in the past now, and I'm just trying to move forward. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's all you can do is
Yep.
just accept what happened and, move on.
But I'll tell you,
Um,
it's tough, man. It's tough. The MMA scene, it's kind of slowly dying. I'll say that it's kind of slowly dying on the top level and in the regional level, all levels. You know what I mean? I don't know if you see that or if you feel that.
I've definitely noticed it because I've seen like MMA on points. I've seen them do videos on it, MMA
Yep.
on point, and like they've talked about how the sport is dying,
Oh yeah.
and I believe that for sure, and I don't know. It is what it is, and we just got to figure out how to elevate you to the top, and then
Oh yeah.
you're good.
Oh yeah. That's it, man. And it's been tough. I don't have a manager. I'm technically an independent fighter, so it makes it really hard. And I was supposed to fight in Florida this summer. Couldn't get any of my coaches to come for certain circumstances, and that didn't happen. So trying to get a fight, and it's so hard without a manager. And these managers, if I'm in the New England area, there's not really many to work with, so it's really tough. It's really tough. And I was out in Vegas with my boy Sage. Shout out to him.
Yep,
And
Sage Philippe.
yes, sir. He's doing his thing out there in Vegas, training hard, making money, and we were out there trying to get me a manager, trying to get situated, but it's really hard, being out there only for like a week at a time. And but that's where it is. That's where it's at right now,
Well,
in
if it
Vegas
was
and stuff.
easy, everybody would do it, right?
Oh, of course,
You
of
know?
course.
But because not everybody can do it, only VIP will.
Yes, sir. Oh man.
But yeah, no, I think probably being at Extreme Couture is the best bet to, be able to get somewhere just because you're working with people who are already being seen by people in the UFC that,
Yep.
and
Exactly.
and and everything in life is basically sales. So it's like it's not who you know, it's who knows you. That really
Exactly. And like that's what it is in this sport. I mean, it's almost like a popularity contest. And in New England, I'm really not the most popular guy. I don't sell tickets. I don't do this. I don't do that. I don't do a lot of social media. I should do more, but I focus on training and winning the fights, and that's what I've been successful at. But I don't put myself out there on social media, and that's where it really hurts me. You know what I mean? But going back to what you said about Extreme Couture is that it's kind of cool to see it over there because like it's almost like a PFL headquarters, and that's really where I want to fight is the PFL. I like how they operate. I like how they're doing their stuff, and that's kind of what I'm aiming to get at.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you? So I know you fought for PFL a couple times now because I've been with you for them. But
Yeah. You were in my corner in
yes.
Florida.
And do you see the PFL like lasting a lot longer? Because I don't know. I don't think they put out many events this year,
Yeah.
and compared to the UFC, they have like very small numbers. So I'm just wondering what you think for the future of it right now.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, the thing about the PFL is it's still developing. I don't like what they did with the whole they took away the $1 million because it used to
The
be $1 million.
tournament, right?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
tournament, whatever you want to call it. Now they only have it's only $500,000, and they changed the whole format. I really like the old format, but this format's still cool. But
How does it
like
work?
you said, what's that?
How does it work now?
Well, basically, right now it's just like if you lose, you're out. So there's 3 fights, and you have to win each fight to get to the champ. You have to win the first 2 to get the championship. It's basically like a basic
Okay.
tournament.
So it's
You
still
know?
a tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's still a tournament, and basically, you get $500,000 when you win, if you win, and I think they're doing it like 6 months at a time. That's why you really haven't seen a lot of PFL out there, which is kind of sucks because they're not out there as much. But I think there's ways to improve it. You know what I mean, and get them more out there and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Thankfully you just have to be a fighter and not have to market them. But
Yeah. I wish it was that easy just to be a fighter and not have
yeah,
to market yourself, do this, do that, cut the weight. That's
yeah,
the worst. That's the worst,
yeah,
man.
yeah, for sure.
And that's
And
one of the. Oh,
what?
sorry. I was
You
gonna
good?
say that's one of the things that I just stopped doing is cutting weight. My last 3 fights, I just said screw it. I'm just gonna go to 170 and completely not cut any weight. Which is unheard of.
Yeah.
You know what I
Not many
mean?
people do that at 170 because
No.
like I mean, and it's an extreme example, but Anthony Rumble Johnson, who
Oh
was
yeah.
like big name in the UFC for quite a while, he used to cut from like 230 pounds to go to 170.
Yep.
And I think like later on in his career, he started going like light heavyweight and heavyweight, but you know, people are still cutting tremendous amounts of weight
Oh
to
yeah.
get down to 170, and you're just kind of just fuck it, let's go.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
crazy. It's crazy for the fans out there who really don't know what's going on. These guys are cutting weight. Okay, the average guy that I fight probably cuts from 200 pounds to 170, and there's extreme cases. When you look across the board, and I think it's BS. I think it should be set up a different way. I know some ways that it could be set up differently. It gets very intricate, but there's definitely ways to do it. And it's like the people who say that there's no way to do it and that we just have to just deal with it, that's BS. There's definitely ways to do it. And one of the ways I think is having 2 weigh-ins and
And
going
having
from
like a
there.
10-pound allowance on the second one, or 15 or 20
Uh,
or something like that.
Something like that. I'm thinking more like 3 to 5 pounds and
Okay.
just keeping it like you're almost like your natural weight, like more like an open weight class, like say like 160 to like 175 or 180. And then, you both weigh in and the next day you weigh in again just to make sure you didn't cut weight, all that kind of stuff. Because in reality, the guys that are cutting weight, which is like 98% of fighters, on the fight night, they're both weighing approximately the same weight, but they
Right.
have to suffer the whole week of the fight camp and cut all that weight for what? So like it just doesn't make any sense to me. It really
Well, it's
doesn't.
because it's not the ultimate fighter, it's the ultimate weight cutter. That's the sport. That's what they're
Yep.
competing in. Who
Yep.
can cut the most weight
Uh,
and do the least amount of damage to their body? You know?
Pretty much. I
Yeah.
think it's one of the stupidest things in the sport amongst a lot of other things, but it is what it is. And we're trying to change that eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's
It's,
got to do it.
and I think it's only going to be done by the fighters actually showing that it's the best way, and
Yeah.
kind of leading by example.
Yeah, and
So,
it goes back to the commission and stuff, which it kind of sucks because there's not a lot of how can I say it? A lot of consistency with the commission. There is and there isn't, you know what I mean? But
mm,
every state is different and this and that, so it's hard. It's hard to deal with.
right. That's true. So there's all these different rules you got to follow and abide to, and restrictions and lots of bullshit. Every commission has
Yeah.
their different,
Yep.
So, all right.
I still can't see you though,
That's all right. That's all right. You
so I'm
don't need
just
to see me.
guessing what I know what you look like though, so it's fine.
Cool. All right. I don't know why.
And like I said earlier, I like the Khabib beard, man. I like the Khabib beard.
Cool. I'm gonna grow it out for like Santa Claus style,
Oh, perfect.
That's what I'm thinking, just in time for Christmas.
Oh man.
And then the
There we go.
26th, I'll shave it off.
All right. We'll see.
Probably not. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. But all right. So, do you have any fights that are in the works right now?
Unfortunately, no. I really wish. I've been training hard, just like I would have a fight, staying in shape, sharpening the tools, everything. But no, I don't. And it's like, dude, I hit up these promoters, man, or I have my coach hit up the promoters, and it's like crickets, because I have so many fights trying to fight in the regional scene, and just literally getting crickets back, because I guess maybe because they have to pay me so much, maybe that's it. And then again, I don't sell as many tickets. You know what I mean?
So it's not as
Uh,
feasible for them in a
yeah,
business sense.
yeah. When they're dealing with like amateurs and stuff, they're
It's
literally
easier
free,
because it's free.
free. It's
Right.
just free for them. So I get it from that perspective, but at the same time, it's like, dude, let me fight your boy. Like that's all I've
Mhm.
been doing my whole goddamn career is fighting everybody, the promotion's boy, and then beating them. You know what I mean? And then just like, God damn it, throw me a bone, man, for once in a while. But
Yeah.
that's how it is, man. They don't want to see the independent guy get up there. So that's where I am now. I should be in PFL. I should be in UFC, but I don't got the management. I don't got the push. You know what I mean? They want to burn
Well,
me. They tried to burn me, but I'm not letting them.
so there's this quote that I heard. Winners define themselves by what they made happen, while losers define themselves by what happened to them.
Yep. Yep.
Don't allow that eye poke be something that happened to you that allows you to be a loser.
Yep.
You need to figure out how to make it happen. I
I
have no
love that.
idea how you're going to do it, but I know you'll figure out how to get into the PFL or into the UFC and make some wave in this
Oh yeah.
career because you've dedicated so much time to it since I've met you, and I
Oh yeah.
know this is what you're meant to be doing.
For sure, man. And I love that quote, bro, because that eye poke really did really hurt me mentally. Even though I didn't do anything, it just hurt me, because coming off like a big win, like breaking the guy's arm and literally getting my DMs filled with like, oh hey, we want you to fight this guy, we want you to fight that guy, blah 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 blah, and then going off from the eye poke and
Oh
literally
no, we
getting,
don't want you to fight anymore. You
yeah,
you
it's
you,
like
you
literally
poke
crickets.
eyes.
It's
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. So it would be really easy for me to just quit at that point and be like, well, the guy, this happened and this, and it would be like such a setup for a really easy story to be an excuse for why I quit, and people would eat it up. I'll be honest.
Mhm.
It's pretty, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just, but I don't want to be that guy to be like,
And I
oh,
don't
I
want
could
that
have
to
been.
be who you are either.
Yeah, I could have been that guy. I could have been. I could have been this. I could have done that. But I'm not. I'm not going to accept that. And I'm keep fighting. And I'm. I don't see a path in front of me right now. Like I really don't. I don't have a road in front of me. But I'm chugging through this dark tunnel, and I know there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Eventually, I'll get there, and I believe in that. So
All
that's what
right.
I'm doing.
So let's do this. I mean, we need to reach out to every promotion that is in the U.S. and
I
just
like that.
start pitching you and be like, listen, this is BIP Ali. This
Yep.
is what you've done. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. But outreach is really what's going to do it.
Yeah.
It's reaching
Oh,
out
sure.
to every single promotion.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh.
there's like literally there's got to be 1,000 promotions in the U.S.
Oh yeah. I've
So
been there, done that, but I tell you right now, for my record, to find these guys that want to fight me, it's really hard. You know what I mean? Because I have so many fights. I have over 15 pro fights.
right.
But I'm not making excuses. But it is what it is at this point. Because I've been there, done that. I've reached out to the promotions out there. What I personally, I know the answer. What I need. I need a good manager. But I'm still looking and working on that. You know what I mean?
Well, for the time being, you kind of need to be your own manager. And,
Yeah.
and you need to reach out to every one of those promotions in the U.S.
Yeah.
And all 1,000 of them, 10,000 of them, however many there are.
Yep.
And you will probably get ignored a lot. And you'll
Oh, yeah.
probably also get a lot of no's. But that doesn't matter. What matters is getting you in their mind as the guy who will go and fight.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's a little bit more technical than that because you have to weigh the pay and who you're fighting and all that stuff. But
Of course, before you actually take the fight. But
That's the thing. You can never. That's the thing about this sport. You can't just throw yourself and be like, "Hey, I want to fight like anybody or for any dollar amount." You know what I mean? You have to
you have to make
respect
it
who
worth
you
it.
are and
Right.
what what you bring to the table and all that. But I agree with you to a certain extent.
Right. It's the main point I'm trying to make is just there's gonna be at least one that will pay you the money you deserve that will get you to go and fight for their promotion. And
100%. 100%.
it's literally just a matter of finding them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every time you reach out, it's just like scratching a scratch ticket. Like
That's
you
a good
might
point.
lose on most of them, but you really only need to pay off one or two times.
Yeah, yeah, I agree to a certain extent. It's just, I'm going to be real with you. As a pro athlete, we can't just like press a button and be like, all right, I'm ready to fight. You have to be ready. You have to work your way up to being ready to be your best. You know what I mean? Because it takes about 8 weeks to really get in fight shape, to be in killer mode. You know what I mean? You've been a fighter before. You were a fighter before. And
To
I know
give
you
yourself
weren't.
those 8 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
You
And I know
know,
you weren't on the professional level, but you've
right,
still been in that cage, and
right,
you know what it takes to get in there. It's a lot of dedication. It's not just getting in there; it's getting in there and then beating the guy. You know what I mean?
right.
And then you want to beat the guy in the best fashion. You know what I mean? Because I've always took the toughest fights in New England or even abroad, and I've always won those tough fights, but maybe I didn't win in the best fashion because I'm fighting all these tough guys. You know what I mean? But I won, which is great. But the UFC and all these guys, they want to see finishes, and a lot of these guys are taking quote unquote bum fights, tomato cans, just so they could get a good showing out there. And you know, I never chose to do that. You know what I mean?
Well, then maybe that's what we need to start doing for the next 9 or 10 fights. And then when you're 25-6 or whatever it is, 25-5, whatever your record will be, I don't know how many losses you've had, but let's say
Yeah,
four. Um, so when
that's
you're
about there.
okay, so when you're 25-4, then the UFC will look at those last 9 fights and be like, oh, he knocked him out in the first round. Oh, he beat him by submission
Right.
in
That would
30
be nice.
seconds.
That would be
You
nice.
know, so you
It's
got to
funny.
find
It's
those
funny.
bums, I
It's funny you
guess.
say that because I actually did get an offer for a fight in Vermont, and I looked at the guy's record, and man, he literally only fought guys with losing records. Like it was like 2-8, like 4-12 or something. And then
Yep.
I told the promoter he wanted me to fight at featherweight, which is way too low for me. I told the promoter, I'm like, hey, can we do lightweight? And he said, no, whatever. I'm like, can we do a catchweight? And he's like, sorry, your opponent that we're trying to have you fight, he'll only fight guys that are like 0-8 as a joke. That's what he told me. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Okay.
Because and that's what these guys are doing up here, like they're literally fighting. Some of these guys are just fighting like nobodies, and they want to come out there and be like, oh, yay, I won. Like I don't know how you guys are doing that. I don't even know how you guys have pride in that. Like how you can stand there and talk on the mic and be like, oh yeah, I just won. Oh my God, look at me. Like, come on, like I can't be that guy. You know what I mean? But kudos to them. At least they're getting finishes and they're looking good, and that's what the UFC wants. So that's what they're gonna do.
So if that's what the UFC wants, isn't that what it might be good to do?
Oh yeah, but you gotta be friends with these promoters, man. You gotta the promoter has to have your back, and you gotta be selling tickets. You gotta be doing this. And I like I said already, I don't really have the promoters back like that. They don't have my back or whatever you want to say. So yeah,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah. You know how it is, man. You've been there.
Mm, yeah. All right. So what else are you working towards anything else outside of fighting?
Uh, I mean, it's just got a full-time job. Kind of sucks. I had to take time from training and just working on this full-time job right now, selecting, which is a very physical job, which helps me at least. At least I'm moving around and doing stuff, you know. But that's really what it is. But it's a great question you have because fighting only lasts so long. You can't do this forever, right? I know
Mm,
that, and there's a certain point, which is 35. After 35, you really got to stop. And if you keep going, you're asking for some hurt on your body and your brain. And I know after 35 that I'm going to have to do something else. And what that something else is, I don't know at this point, but I'm working towards figuring that out and getting there, because I better figure it out soon, because once the fighting's over, like I said, you gotta move on. You gotta do something else. You gotta either work on a business or something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know we've talked about creating like a supplement, or energy drink, or
Yeah. Or those
pre-workout.
apps. We were talking about the apps and stuff, all that
App.
stuff. So
Yep.
you know,
There's a lot of things in
yeah.
the works
And
that
that's what I like about you, man. You got a ton of ideas, and we could work on those eventually.
for sure.
Uh,
The
you
issue
know.
is too many ideas and too many
I know.
ideas that are not feasible. Um,
Yep.
and especially when the ideas are not feasible, but I think they could be, I
Yeah.
will like continue putting wasted effort into it, and then it just like ends up all for nothing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. For sure.
eventually, one of my ideas is going to pay off.
Of course, of course. I agree. I've always said I knew you since I was 18, right? And you were
Yeah,
what, 19? I
19.
always
Yeah,
said this about you. I said this kid's gonna be successful, man. One day
yeah.
this kid's gonna be, and I still believe it, man. Because
I
you got the ideas, you put in the work, but I think you just got to narrow down on one, and that's gonna be it, man. I believe it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, where my main focus has been is I'm creating, the film, of course, of my
Yep.
coma experience. Um, but where I've really been trying to focus is on creating like cartoon promos for businesses.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have the one for DP Dough,
Yep.
and
I gave you that idea, by the way.
yeah, that it helped. It helped.
Yes.
I don't know if you gave me that idea or not. Um, I
Basically,
think
basically.
I definitely showed it to you a lot, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that the owner had the idea, to be honest, and I kind of I kind of sparked it out of him, or not the owner, but the guy who runs the franchise in Fairfield.
DP dope, calzones divine, flavor packed every time. Late night bites the perfect way. DP dope. Stag Zone is the best. No way, Pioneer Zone tops it.
Settle it the easy way and get both.
Great call, Cal. No rivalries in here. Just fresh baked calzones and wings for everyone.
Now that we can agree on. DP dope. Late night bites the perfect way. DP dope.
Because he came up with the idea of Cal the Calzone. and
Yeah.
then
Yeah. No, I
he's the
didn't mean it
voice
like
of the
that
DP
though.
Dough Man. Yeah,
No,
but
I meant like the videos for the businesses. Remember, I was like, we
doing
gotta.
videos for businesses. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then cartoon just ended up being what it ended up being, because I know, like, out of all the people I know who can edit videos, nobody knows how to do animation, and it's like,
Exactly. Yep.
why not me then? If nobody else can do it, then that's probably a skill that people are gonna need someone for, and there's less competition in,
Definitely.
so
Definitely.
yeah, but it's all like, because it's getting easier and easier to do, so I feel like even that is going to be something that goes, like,
Oh yeah.
not needed,
Oh yeah.
because people will be able to do it on their own very quickly with like
AI.
nobody, and so then at that point, the podcast is really the only thing that would exist that I could not get like outsourced from, because I can't replace myself in the Coach Bergen show,
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there are obviously going to be other podcasts that people can listen to, other shows, and whatever. So hard work and just networking is really the only thing that is going to make anything exist.
Exactly. And
And
that's what I've always said about you, man. You've always been great at networking. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Really good at networking. Really, really good at it.
I try.
Yeah. Like you're really good at just like connecting with people. You know what I mean? I suck at that.
Bro, I feel like you're better at it in a lot of ways, especially like in person. You are definitely
Sometimes.
better at talking to people initially.
Initially.
Initially, I don't like, you know, we all, you know, have our shit about us. I get it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, but at least like for the initial outreach, talking to people, that is a skill you have. That
Oh yeah.
you know, because just being sociable, outgoing.
Oh yeah. For sure, man.
You know, but yeah. So, you know, again, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. And that's where I'm
Yep.
trying to utilize social media a lot more, because then you can get more collaborations. And then now the people who know these people are now hearing of me, and then they're knowing of me more and more as I collaborate more.
Exactly. Oh yeah. And you're
you
giving
know,
you're giving a lot of these guys a great platform to get their voice out, which I appreciate too. You know.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And, you know, and then that's a whole other aspect to it, kind of like almost like a talk show type of thing.
Oh yeah.
Is what it
You've always
actually
wanted a podcast.
exactly,
You know.
exactly.
So that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I watch some and you know, and some good stuff comes out of it. Some weird stuff sometimes, I'll be honest,
Oh
but it's
yeah,
all good.
absolutely, absolutely.
You know.
You know, and I
But people
can't
like
say,
that. People like that.
yeah, exactly. And you know, I look at like Theo Von, and he's obviously a comedian, and you know, further ahead and whatever, but he's just a regular guy for the most part, and he's got one of the, you know, like top 5 podcasts right now, and
Yep.
you know, so anybody can do it. It's just doing it.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
So,
Yeah, like you said, just doing it, man. But I
doing
still
it.
can't see you, so I don't know what you look like right now or your expressions
All
are.
right.
So.
That's all right. That's all right. You know, I
Man.
guess you just can't see me.
But maybe we should definitely do this again, I think.
Yeah,
And hopefully
we should
next
do an
time I can see
in-person
you.
one, and we
Oh,
can
we
do
should definitely do an
it,
in-person one. Yeah.
and we can do one at the gym, and then
Yeah,
that
for
way,
sure.
you know, you can show off your gym as well,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
yeah, but
Yeah, man.
cool. All right, well, let's call this one today, and then we can, you know, we can come up with some more stuff for the next episode.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. I really
Cool.
helped me get my voice out there about my MMA
course.
career and all this mishap that happened. But you know, really appreciate it because haven't been no one you know give me an interview or anything, so I didn't really reach out. But
Well,
you know,
yeah, but that's all right. You know, you are always welcome to come on the show.
yes,
So,
sir. Appreciate that, man.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
We'll get Joe Rogan in here next time.
Yeah, of course. I got to call Uncle Joe back.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him.
Yeah. I've been dodging his calls lately. You know.
Oh, man.
I shouldn't be, but like he's just so needy.
Dude, he's been calling me too, being like, "Dude, when can I get on the Coach Bergen show?" And I'm like, "Dude,
he wants to come on the Coach Bergen show." You know.
He didn't even. He's like, "Dude, I don't even want you guys to be on my show. I want to be on your show." So
exactly.
Yeah.
He just wants to be on our show, on this show, just so that way, you know.
Yeah.
The
next one, we'll have him on. We'll have him on the next one.
Of course. Yeah, I got to call him back, I guess.
Yeah,
know?
call him back. Call him back. If you don't call him, I'll call him.
All right. Yeah. Give him a call.
All right, I got you, man.
Okay.
Well, thank you, bro.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your day. And,
Yes, sir. Later, bro.
VIP Ali, the rhythm in his soul. Punches land like thunder, taking full control. The king of the cage, the star on the stage. MMA fighters, let's turn a new page. Fists fly fast like sticks on a snare. Opponents hit the ground, they don't even dare. From the cage to the show, Ali's the man. Living the dream with a killer game plan. VIP Ali, the rhythm in his soul. Punches land like thunder, taking full control. The king of the cage, the star on the stage. MMA fighters, let's turn a new page. Fists fly fast like sticks on a snare. Opponents hit the ground, they don't even dare. From the cage to the show, Ali's the man. Living the dream with a killer game plan. VIP Ali, the rhythm in his soul. The punches land like thunder, taking full control. The king of the cage, the star on the stage. MMA fighters, let's turn a new page. Fists fly fast like sticks on a snare. Opponents hit the ground, they don't even dare. From the cage to the show, Ali's the man. Living the dream with a killer game plan. Fists fly fast like sticks on a snare. Opponents hit the ground, they don't even dare. From the cage to the show, Ali's the man. Living the dream with a killer game plan. drums in his heart, fire in his fight, Ali's taking it all. Reaching new heights from the beat to the cage, he's breaking the mold. VIP Ali's story, man, it's pure gold. So step back, watch him rise. Ali's taking the world by surprise. The rhythm, the fight, the heart of a champ. VIP Ali's forever amp.
Dope, calzone's divine, flavor packed every time, flavor packed every time. DP dough saves your day. DP dough, crave the crust, filling folded dough we trust. Grab a zone, taste the cheer. DP dough is always near. We deliver, did you know? On the gram or TikTok, we deliver till 3 o'clock. DP dough, crave the crust, filling folded dough we trust. Grab a zone, taste the cheer. DP dough is always near. When I say DP, you say go. DP, DP, let's go. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall. I was walking through the jungle with my people by my side. Didn't know that in a moment I'd be fighting for my life. Felt the world start spinning, colors all fade to white. Next thing I knew, I was falling out of sight. Heard voices in the darkness saying, coach, hold tight. But the fear in Queen DC had me wanting to fight. Dreams turn to storms when you can't stand the bright. But every storm breaks when you step into the light. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. In the hospital bed, trying to piece back time. Maya told me, breathe, one step you'll climb. Truth lying, drop facts while the monitors chime. Said your brain hit a wall, but your hope still shines. Juji made jokes when the nights felt long. Panda read stories, keeping my heart strong. Hilarious hood pulled pranks, but he meant no wrong. And Stamps hustled salts when the pressure felt on. Every dream I battled was a lesson in disguise. Every fall just a setup for a stronger rise. When Queen JC cried, man, it opened my eyes. I ain't quitting on my people, ain't no goodbye. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. He's good. He's more than good. He's still winning. A setback ain't a sentence. It's just a pause in the paragraph. I woke up with a vision and a fire in my chest. Every scar I carry is a reason I'm blessed. Life hit hard, but I hit back twice. Yeah.